Welcome back, everybody. It is September 27th. No, the 8th. 28th, sorry. One of the two girls visiting was bred today, the lighter colored though. So I let the owner know so they can mark that down on the calendar. So she's due February 28th. I just completed one of my bigger 6-foot cages that I've been trying to do. I still got one more to do, so I'm going to finish that one hopefully today. It's been misting off and on, and then with that Helen, or however you say that hurricane that came across the United States and ended up being a tropical storm. So landfalled and came through early this morning. And then it's just been misting off and on with little like green showers of looking at the radar. But my husband is out right now tapping away at the area over there. I figured I would show that when I got done with the second cage. I had to stand up because my back is killing me from sitting and trying to do this, bending the way that I was bending over and stuff, and just it's not good for my back sometimes. But I'll have number 3 cage done, and then I'll have 3 more 6-foot cages by 2.5 foot wide for 3 more mamas to be getting transferred out of the warden area of our rabbitry. And then the mamas that are outside in these 4-foot cages, 4 foot by, I think they're 4 foot by 3 foot, they are actually going to get bred next month. And then those 6 does that I bred this month that are actually due next month in just like under 2 weeks. Those that did not take will be in that rotation to be rebred back with these 3 does that are out there with their babies. I've been having babies fall out of these cages because they're out running around and stuff, and I really can't tell whose babies are whose, but I've been counting, and I feel like they keep coming out of Honey's pen because she's got one out right now. So I'm going to try to get it and put it back in there. But yeah, stay tuned. So I got just the top to button up here, and then this cage is done. I've been doing the corners and a little bit of the middles too that I've noticed that are kind of falling in. And then I have to try to do this too right here. Probably put a piece of metal on there too. But overall, it's hanging in there pretty good. And then I'll just have to get this tucked in together. And I like doing a nice long one like I do on the floor there on the top, because we will end up having what are those called? Plywood on top of them, but they will have an inch, half an inch or so that'll be sticking up with their 2x4s that will actually help support the other boards sitting on top, so they're not sitting directly on top of the cages. But everything my husband's gotten done so far looks really good. I think he's probably filling up his chainsaw, because he was just working right over there trying to get his chainsaw probably filled back up and oiled and everything. Kind of quiet here. But yeah, it's starting to look better and better. I'm not sure we're going to get this graded off by the time snow flies, but definitely will be in the works for next spring. And possibly the horses won't be in the pastures probably till late summer or fall. But it'll be nice when everything is up and around and we get all this finished over here. To be able to move the goat barn over here, and then the goats, then my rabbits will be up in that area too, and just keep going from there. The agenda for today is to replace this tarp on the horses lean-to right here on this Logic tarp. But we are going to have to do something a little different. We ended up buying one that was supposed to have been for this one, so we got to take this one back off because we just put it on last week before, you know, all the rain came, because it ended up ripping after a windstorm came through. And we got to take this one off and put it over here on this one, and then the brand new one we bought is going to go back over and be put back on this one because it will cover the sides. So with that being said, that is what we're doing. We went to our local tarp and glove store, Schoolcraft, and I got all our ties that were on the tarp that was in there, and then we bought some extra ties and then the bigger tarp. And we have figured out to get rid of the gnats, apple cider vinegar. Spray it on you. Or vinegar, you can just any vinegar, but apple cider vinegar is what we have, so that's what we've been using, and it works wonders. You don't have to wear a hat, my mask or anything. I just smell like a little vinegary, but it makes me want some French fries and vinegar malt. Yes, it would be great. Oh, and then the other doe, the black doe that was visiting, was bred today. So they're going to be here for a few more weeks, and then I will ultrasound them at day 40, and then they'll be picked up. And so far the only one that I got left that I haven't seen get bred would be Willow, but I think she probably was bred in August, the end of August. But I don't know for sure, but we'll see. My husband was getting the ladder, Billy, but he looks like he's going to let Max out, which is not a good idea, because he's going to try to get in here. And the horses are a little, especially Jazzy. She'd be the one I'd be worried about. But, yep, we've got that to do, so we'll show you guys as soon as we get everything off and redone. As we can see, that roof is tore up. It's the next day, September 30th. And as you can see, we got a new tarp put up on the horses area there. And it does have some air that can come through the back to help get some air in there and maybe dry that up some. My husband's planning to clean this area out one more time before snow falls, and then it won't be cleaned out till spring, obviously, or on days where it's a little warmer in the wintertime where he could actually get in there. But he didn't want to mess with it because it's so wet still. He wants it to dry out. We don't look like we have much rain coming for this following week, which would be nice because we could really use a dry out. And then we got this one put on here, which was a little excess, more than what we needed, but it'll work out. And as you can see, it definitely was more than what we needed, for sure. It went almost all the way over, but it'll work. And I need to call hay probably for tomorrow. But it comes all the way down on the sides. We use these corral panels to help fasten it, because you can't really attach the sides to, or these bottoms to anything. So we've got it as best as we could get it, which is all that's needed. And with that being said, breeding season I believe is over, but I'm not for sure. I mean, most of my goats that were supposed to be bred have been bred, and the ladies that are visiting have been bred, so that's good. Willow, like I said, is still the only one that I'm not sure because I never seen her get covered. But Lancelot was chasing her in August, so she's already went past her 21 days, and I still didn't see her come into heat. So I'm not for sure. Who is all that down there? I can't tell. There's Cal. Lancelot's laying down right there, it looks like. I gotta milk Scarlet still. But that's what my husband had gotten done right through there, which looks a lot better. He said he wasn't going to be worried about this because this pile's got to get burnt. That area right there has got brush that's going to get burnt. We've got some piles up by the house that we're planning to start today. And Billy says that he's planning to get all these trees taken down by the end of the weekend, besides this one, and possibly that one. But most likely not these two right here, because we do need an excavator to try to help push them, because they want to come this way or that way. I can't remember. But my husband, Billy, is really trying to decide, you know, this is the thing. We know we can get at least Captain and Meg's pin finished. Even if we were to get the trees down and just grade a little bit for their area, we could definitely get their area done this winter, by this winter. The 3, I think, should go in the middle here, and we were discussing that yesterday. And then Jill, our donkey, and Diamond, my mare, should go on the outside because they're both halter trained and they walk well and not too spookish or anything. They would go up here. But my goal today is after I get my chores done, Scarlet milked, all that good stuff, I'm going to go get my wheel and a paint, some spray paint, which is pink, I think, pink or orange. These gnats, whew. I was going to mark out 100 feet and then go up this way and see how far that is. And do 135 feet or something this way to see where the middle pin would be. And I know that this barn and the goats are in the way. So that's another thing. To be able to get all 3 pins put up, of course, the barn and goats got to get moved over here. So these trees need to come down. But then also, you know, we're working our way that way. So all these trees have got to come down too, and I don't know how the heck we're going to do it all. So we're going to do what we can, and you guys are here to watch as we go. So stay tuned. So I dumped the baby's boxes over. She's actually feeding her one baby, but she's got 2 more in the box. They just haven't came out yet. And I flipped Bluebell's box over because all these babies are 2 weeks and they keep jumping out and stuff, so I've just tipped the box over so they can just come out when they want. But I've got these areas of the cages where they can get out at, so what I tried to do was block it with hay, and then I took the piece of wood that they chew on and put over there and put the box right up against the corner there, because this has enough space at the bottom where it's about that much where babies can get out at, because these cages aren't meant for, they don't have like a baby saver on them. But I've got enough wire that I think I could do that on my next cages that I end up building, and even do it to these. But hers, I bumped everybody's over, and Miss Belle here is still being pretty grouchy toward me, and I'm not too happy about that. She tried biting me today, and I had to hold her down and tell her, you know, like, look, girl, you're not going to do this because I will butcher you as fast as you were born. So I'm not going to put up with does that want to bite, and that means that her daughters could be growly too. And it's just weird because her mother is the sweetest ever, and Darius is very nice, so I'm not sure where this came from, her growliness and being like almost too protective over her babies. But I mean, it is a mother thing, and I know this. but she's never growled at me before till after she's had her babies. And that could be a thing just because she's just super protective. But at the same time, you cannot be having a doe that's like this because you got to be able to handle the babies too. So I've got everything flipped over, and I was looking over my does that are due between the 11th and the 14th. And the only one that I seen actually got bred was, actually it's her sister Zoe right there, and she definitely looks pregnant. Miss Holly looks pregnant too. Like, I'll show you guys. Try to get over the top of Miss Chloe here. And she's just a big bodied doe anyways. But I'm hoping, like, you could really start telling, and they're 2 weeks roughly out. So boxes will be getting put in from, most are due on the 11th through the 14th. So I think I'm going to throw boxes in with everybody roughly on the 7th. No, the 8th. Yeah, the 8th of October. So she's going to get a box. Miss Dee Dee here, I don't think she took, because she's still like pretty petite bodied like she normally is. Miss Orchid here definitely looks pregnant. I mean, she's got a large size belly on her. And then Miss Holly here is starting to look like she's got a belly coming on. And of course, Miss Zoe here definitely looks pregnant. So hopefully we got some broken blues coming out of her because she was bred with my blue buck Samson. And then this little blue doe down here does not look pregnant at all. So I don't know if she just didn't take, but we'll see. Like I said, we're going to put boxes in there. I was told she has small litters, like 5 to 6 babies, and that's it. But Miss Bluebell's babies are doing amazing. She still has all of her babies, which is wonderful. She's got one. I thought that was one sitting on top of her, but I guess not. They're in the box there. But yeah. So, with that being said, I hope you didn't smush a baby that's in there, girl. It was underneath you. But yeah, that is everybody here. I've got to run to Family Farm and Home and get about 6 bags of rabbit pellets to fill my container back up. And then I got to stop and get some milk for my husband. And then he told me to grab me some cucumbers since I'm out of my cucumbers, because I like eating those with vinegar for lunch. That's pretty much what I've been eating for lunch is cucumbers. My water's probably overflowing up here, and then I gotta do Captain and Meg still. Oh yeah, it is. But I was gonna do them first since their tank was more empty, but Meg was standing up there and she likes to take off with the hose. So that's okay because their tank needed to have a little bit of a flush out from all the hay that they put inside it. Or then when my husband throws it over the top of this 8-foot panel here, it tends to get in there too. So a little bit of a run over is fine because they need it. Try to clean this out some. And I usually like doing this because it does help. And then it's a little clearer again. So it's been running a little bit, but not too much. As we can see, it just goes right downhill and right out. It's probably been running for about 10 minutes. And then I'll get theirs put in here and wait, and then I'm going to go run to town. So I got all the watering done, and then I finished my 3rd cage finally. So I'm going to use this wire here, and I only need it to be maybe this big. So technically I just need 30 inches on both sides of each cage, 30 inches. And I only want it to be just enough. I mean, if we look at this cage, you know, that right here is the opening that I'm talking about. So it doesn't have to be that high, obviously, but just enough to cover those. So then, because my does are going to permanently be in these pens when I finally get enough of them anyways. But so that being said, I know that the babies could fall out on those corners because they're doing it in there. So my plans is to use that wire and start putting this on all of my cages. Now right through here, I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to do this, if I could technically still get wire up in here, if I'm going to have to do it from the inside, which I wasn't hoping to do that, but if it has to be done like that, then that's what I'll do. And it's amazing how fast babies learn how to drink as they watch their mama from drinking waters. Miss Ruby, I'm going to have my cousin probably get this weekend, and then we're going to figure out what a doe is in here so he can have that. And he could even, I mean, if he only had the one cage for right now, he could still leave her in with the daughter, or leave the daughter in with her. Hi, the babies. You guys are beautiful. All beautiful babies. So I apple cider vinegared everybody. I do that on Mondays. My plans are for now on, as my schedule is Mondays, I'm going to do clean outs of all this, bottoms of the cages of everybody, and check my, like, we can go over there right now before I gotta go, but like my pans for these two boys, because my goal is to have my boys kind of stacked like these girls are, side by side. But I wanted them to be in these hutches, but at the same time, I think this type of cage is perfect for these boys. You know, being 3 foot wide and 2.5 foot long. But I mean, even if I could make, my thing is like, I'm not sure if I want to, yeah, see, like this right here, they look like they could possibly need cleaned out. But like once a week, I was thinking on Mondays, is to get in here and really get most of this, even their poop cleaned up and stuff with a shovel. My husband's got a flat, like a flat shovel, flat mouth shovel that I could use definitely for that. But that's what I'm going to do when I get back. And I wanted to get that cage built this week, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get there yet. But my plans is to actually have them, these guys moved into these pens by the time everybody has to get butchered on this side anyways. But I think I'm going to schedule these guys for the second week maybe of October possibly, but I'm not for sure. I know that this pen right here is the heaviest they are very heavy rabbits, these ones right here. And I was thinking, like, I could probably save one of these white ones for my cousin to have for a breeder, but that is a Darius cross. That's the only thing. This is a Darius cross too, but they're out of Samson, I believe, which still would be fine. And I could always cross her back to like Champ, and then none of those would be related to any of them. But I thought I could do like one out of here, but I don't know. I'm just not sure if I want to do that. It'd either be out of this pen or that pen is where he's going to get a male at. But I'm not for sure yet too. So I'm hoping that little broken one right there is a girl, because I'll keep her. But yeah, I'm just going to kind of close this video down, and then I know that my husband, if he gets home decently, is going to be starting to cut trees down. We're going to start over by the poplars and work our way this way, and then go this way and work our way that way. And then hopefully, if we can get most of these trees down without having to need to move anybody. But then I still got to mark my markings, but I'll show that after I get back. But I want to be able to end this video and then kind of just go ahead and edit it and then get it out of my photos and stuff. You guys are such characters, I'm telling you. Yes, you are. You're so pretty. Yes, you guys are just so pretty. Their daddy was Samson, who's a blue. And some of these, I've got a blue steel in here. I don't know if we can find it. That one right there. It's a blue steel. And I think this is a blue steel too, with a white belly. And then you got some blacks. But very nice. My plans are to breed her to Elijah this coming time around. Let's see what she ends up having. But yeah, we're going to keep all these rabbits going for breeding and just keep them so their body conditions can stay pretty well. I see that probably some of mine, ones that ain't had babies yet, probably should go on diets. I tend to feed quite a bit and just go from there. But some of them that have larger litters, they need more to eat, I've noticed, to be able to keep good body conditions, because I don't like feeling spines on them. I like just feeling just barely spine. Like that's, for instance, I felt her and she feels like she's a little on the light side. Here's a good picture now that we can see her belly. You can definitely tell she's got some babies in there. But yeah, we will definitely be doing more updates as everybody is kindling. And then we got kidding season coming in February. And we got a lot going on. And like I said, Willow is the only one I've not seen pregnant, but I thought she was being chased and bred. She might have been bred because she had a little bit goopy stuff on her rear end on the 23rd of August. So I'm going to count from the 23rd and count how many 40 days would be, and then we are going to ultrasound her just to see. And then it's going to be around Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, I think it's like 40 days, where I will be ultrasounding the rest of them to make sure. But Lancelot's good. I mean, he's had plenty of kids, and as long as these does took. And right, speaking of the devil, there she is, Willow. And she's looking like she's a little plump, aren't you, girl? Yeah, you are. You're looking a little plump. For already being almost a month along, if you are. Right? Cal. Whew, it stinks in here. It really does stink. Got a lot of girls that smell like bucks. Scarlet, Jules. Scarlet looks like she's pregnant too, but she's only 3 weeks along. And Lancelot's just kind of just taking it easy because there ain't really nobody in heat. He's kind of just taking it easy, like I said. So thank you everybody for watching. Please subscribe if you're new. Thank you to all our new subscribers. So we keep gaining 1 or 2 per day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will see everybody tomorrow. Till next time. God bless.